what's up, guys? Man, we are taking a little road trip today, about 2 hours from my home. And I've been here before. I didn't find a whole lot, but it's a very interesting place. It happened, the event that took place here I think it was March 5th, 1963. A woman named Virginia Patterson had a plane crash here in 1963. And if you don't know who Virginia Patterson is, her stage name was Patsy Cline. So we're gonna go to her plane crash site, and we're gonna do some metal detecting and see if we can find maybe a part of the plane or something. Who knows? All right, stick with me. We're about 5 minutes away, so see you back here in just a little bit. Alrighty, we're here. I see Patsy Cline's memorial. So let's just see what we got. Gotta get that phone straight. But yeah, her plane crashed here in 1963. They finished a show in Kansas City, Kansas, and they landed in took off from Kansas City, here we are, and went to Dyersburg and refueled, and that's when the weather set in, and they decided to push on towards Nashville, and unfortunately, they had a plane crash right here. And they've got a big old boulder down there where the actual plane crashed. So anyway, I'm gonna go up here and park, and we're gonna walk down there and see if we can find anything today. Looks like we got it to ourselves. It's a beautiful day, so all right, stick with me. Hey, what's up, guys? Right now I am in Camden, Tennessee, and I'm at a place where an airplane crashed, and the lady that was on there was very famous. Her name was Virginia Patterson Hensley, better known as Patsy Cline. So I'm here at the plane crash site, gonna do some metal detecting, see if we can find any parts of the plane or any personal belongings that belong to them. I think there was 4 or 5 on board. They was in Kansas City, Kansas, doing a show. They left, landed in Dyersburg, Tennessee, refueled. Weather got bad. They were told, hey, the weather's bad, need to stay. They decided to fly on to Nashville. They got about halfway between Dyersburg and Nashville, and the weather got so bad the pilot apparently couldn't see, so he crashed out here in these woods. So anyway, I'm gonna walk you through and turn this camera around. I'll show you what we got. This is kind of the entrance. They've got this nice little telling you what happened. They've got it fixed up really nice out here. I've been here before, and we'll do a little walk. This video might be a little bit long, but I think it's worth it to get to see where Patsy airplane crashed. So they keep it fixed up nice out here, especially it's out here in the middle of nowhere. They've got this guitar. Can y'all see it? See if I can get it up where you can see it. They look pretty cool. It is a beautiful day. I think it's January, let's see what it is today, the 13th. It's like 65 degrees. It's a little windy, but it's really nice out. Hopefully that sun ain't too bright on you right now. Here's that guitar they've got laid out with the white rocks and the black stones. It's pretty. And you got to make a turn here, and we're going to walk down. They got that little gazebo you can go up there and sit in. They've got like a little TV set up, but it's not working. But I'll have to read and see what time it took them a while to find it, because this was all growed up. I mean, they've cleared it out, but it took them a while to find the plane. Somebody's put this up there for her birthday. See if we can read it. But that's Miss Patsy Cline. Everybody knows that song she sang called Crazy. Beautiful. I think she had just started getting really famous when this happened. I think her and Loretta Lynn was good friends, and Loretta was already established, and she was helping Patsy get established, and I think she was pretty much on top of her game whenever they crashed that airplane. We'll get down here to the memorial. Now this they brought this big boulder in, and this is the actual spot where the plane actually crashed. I did verify that on the coordinates. I looked it up and found the coordinates of the plane wreck, and I matched it up on Google Earth. So I mean, it's pretty much dead on. This was where it happened. And but here's the big stone. As you can see, people leave things here for paying their respect. But it says, on this site, March 5th, 1963, Patsy Cline, Cowboy Copus, Hawkshaw Hawkins, Randy Hughes lost their lives in a plane crash. In loving memory of, this was put up on July 6th of 1996. And Randy Hughes was the pilot, if I'm not mistaken. He was the pilot, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, he was only a VFR pilot, visual flight rule pilot. I don't think he had his instrument rating. And when the weather got bad, well, he couldn't see. And that's what happens to a lot of experienced pilots. They push it to the limit, think they can do it, and they can't. And well, you see it cost some people their lives. But man, it's really pretty out here. But yeah, really pretty. They done a really nice job fixing this place up. So but anyway, I'm gonna get my detector out, and I'm gonna see if I can find anything. And last time I was here, this probably been 10-15 years ago, I metal detected, but I didn't find any. I found trash, but I think I was just starting out, and I think I was using a little bounty hunter or something. But today I brought the XP Deus 2 with that HF2 coil, so it's gonna pick up the little bitty things. But we'll see. Well, all right, guys, I'm gonna go get my stuff and see what we can find. All right, see you in a little bit. All right, guys, I got out here digging. I think I might have found something off that plane. I can't tell what it is, but I bet you it's off that plane, though. Let me flip this phone around. Well, I can show you. I'll have to do some research and see what that's from. But I'll bet you that has something to do with it. What do you think? All right. We'll keep digging, see what else we can find. All right, guys, I think I found another piece of it. I don't know what it is, but it's definitely aircraft aluminum. But I don't know what it would have came off of. But I bet you that's all, folks. That's aircraft aluminum. All right. Hey, what's up, guys? Well, I'm about done with this hunting out here at the Patsy Cline plane crash site. I found quite a bit of odd and end stuff that possibly could have had something to do with the plane. Let me turn this phone around and I'll show you what I found. Alrighty, guys, found some shotgun head stamps, some pieces of wire. I did find that little that little ring out there. I'm gonna leave this on the memorial for her. Out there, found a bunch of change. I'll leave all that because that was left. I'm sure that was here paying her respects. I showed you finding this. I really think this is part of probably the dash, an instrument panel. I'm gonna have my airplane mechanic look at that and verify that, but I'm almost positive that came off the instrument panel. Found some little bitty pieces of aluminum out there. This one's got a little bit of paint on it, a little green on it. This is aircraft aluminum, so I'm sure that's possibly come off the plane. I'm not sure what it is. Get the phone to, if I get this to focus. Found this, looks like a lug nut, but it ain't. It's aircraft aluminum. Probably for a hose or something. That possibly, I'm sure that come off of it too. That's aircraft aluminum. I don't know what this is. I'll have my mechanic look at that too. Just a piece of aluminum tubing that could possibly came off of it for sure. It's a lightweight bolt, so it possibly could have. This little thing's got a little screw in the end of it. It's aircraft aluminum, super light, so it's aluminum. And then I did find that. I'm not for sure. But all in all, I'd call that a good hunt at the Patsy Cline crash site. All right, guys. Alrighty, I made it back home. I stopped out the airport and talked to airplane mechanic. Old Sammy Jewell, showed him what I found. Him and his brother, they was pretty intrigued on what I found. So a lot of this, everything that I'm fixing to show you, he's 100% sure it came off of an aircraft. So that means it had to come off Patsy Cline's. Let me flip this phone around and I'll show you what we got. All right, let's start with this. Sam said that is definitely out of the cockpit. It's off the instrument panel. There's a little adjustment, but it would have had something on the front, either altimeter or some instrument off the instrument panel, that one. This was, he thinks this may be the linkage off of the carburetor. Now they did have, the plane did catch on fire, so a lot of this stuff got burnt. So you can tell it's been in a fire. But he looked at it and he said he thinks that's off the linkage off the carburetor. Now these little pieces right here, not sure what they went to, but it's aircraft aluminum. You can tell by the screw head. It's an older type screw head, so that's pretty typical for a 1960 Comanche plane. Same thing with this one's got the little slotted screw in it with aircraft aluminum. This is a vent tube that come out of the plane that lets air into the cockpit. You can see the stainless steel braided tubing still inside of it. That definitely come off the aircraft. This is aircraft aluminum. It's some kind of compression fitting for aluminum lines coming off on the airplane. So he's seen hundreds of these, so he knew that would come off the plane. Now this one come off the body. The plane was green and white. They call it Apache blue, Comanche blue, but it's got that greenish look. But that definitely come off the skin of the airplane. Pretty cool stuff. But all in all this come off Patsy Cline's crash site. Pretty neat. All right.